Hey, Scribble Squad, what's up? It's Mike, and I've got another live stream coming for you. Um, just a quick one because I'm trying to test out some other platforms. So I decided to try and use Restream to, or keep it on YouTube and open it up to LinkedIn and my Facebook page, uh, Mike's Cartoons. So facebook.com/cartoons by Mike, or on my LinkedIn and my YouTube at Mike Hardigan. But you must know that because you're watching, so you're on one of them. So here we go. So yeah, welcome to the stream. Don't be afraid to jump in the chat, and yeah, have a chat. As a little bit of news, I opened up a Discord server last night. We've got a few members already. We'd be more than happy to have you come aboard the Scribble Squad Discord. Just a nice, chill, positive vibes place to hang out. Mainly, I wanted to create it as a place to connect with other people because being a work-at-home artist and creator, it can get pretty isolated sometimes, especially when everyone else is at work or school or whatever. And you sort of silo yourself off and go into it. So that's not always healthy. So it's always nice to have someone to chat with. So I opened up a Discord, and on the days I'm working, uh, probably from the week after this coming one, because my kids will be back at school, I'll probably just have it open all day while I'm doing my work, just so yeah, we can sort of connect and chat. And it's open to pretty much anything. You can talk about what you've been watching, reading, listening to. You can ask art questions. You can get advice from. There's a lot of artists in this group, so there'll always be someone who should be able to help you. I just want to make it a nice community vibe, all positive. There's enough places online where people can be dicks, and that doesn't need to be one of them. So we'll have a nice place. Anyway, so yeah, feel free to join there. Up on the screen will be the, if I kept it, oh, maybe I didn't. No, hang on, I lie. If you want to join the Discord, it is called Scribble Squad. However, there is also a QR code magically appearing on your screen there, which you can scan on your phone, and it'll take you to the link. So that's cool too. So I'll leave that up for a little while in case. Yeah, and absolutely no pressure, but if you get anything out of these videos, it would be super cool if you're on YouTube to smash that subscribe button, and turn on notifications so you know when I'm going live, because I try and do it as often as possible. And I will start posting other types of video as well. And yeah, you can connect with me on LinkedIn, or follow my Facebook page, which is also where I'm streaming to at the moment. Yeah, so that's cool too. And if you really want to be a super supporter, and absolutely no pressure because it doesn't matter either way, there is a QR code there to support the stream on Ko-fi, where you can tip as little as $1. But as I said, absolutely no pressure. It does not matter. I just want people to enjoy, come together, chat, and so forth. So we are on. Now, if you have suggestions for things you want to see me draw in future live streams, normally I would pimp out my suggestion box on Twitch, but I'm thinking these art streams may not go on Twitch depending on how LinkedIn and Facebook go, because I can only do up to 3 places in one multi-stream. So if you do have suggestions, you can hit me up in the chat, and I will take them under advisement, and or you can hit me up on social media. So the social medias are easy. I will flick them up at the bottom here. Boom. down on the ticker at the bottom. Pretty much at Mike Hardigan in most places, except for TikTok, which is at Scribbles by Mike. And you can also check out my website, www.scribblesbymike.com. So for those who don't know me, which I assume is very few because you're following me on social media to watch this, my name is Mike. I live in New Zealand. I am a professional scribbler, an author, illustrator, at the moment focusing on graphic novels for kids around the middle grade and probably just under level. And I've got my debut books coming out this year, which is super exciting. And one I can talk about and one I can't because it still hasn't been announced. For those who follow me on socials, it's probably not a big surprise when it gets announced as to what it is. But the one I can talk about, and I'm going to talk about probably multiple times on a stream and probably on every stream until it comes out, is Chase Speedington, which is a book I'm co-creating or co-created with Franco, who, as I have said in previous streams, is famous for a lot of things, chief amongst them possibly co-creating Tiny Titans at DC. But he's done a lot of awesome things. He recently did Teen Titans Go to the Library, and he did Faye in the Moon, which is awesome. The Saturn sisters did the art on that, and it's great. And there's just so much stuff. You can check him out at blindwolf.com, Franco on most social medias. So yeah, we're doing that. It's a fun book, Indiana Jones-esque, follows the adventures of a little kid adventurer who works for the Queen of where he lives. And each adventure is a race to beat the bad guys to finding some mystical type of artifact that the bad guys would use to take over the world. So it's his job to get there first and preserve peace and freedom for us all. So yeah, it's super fun. So that one is a one book deal at the moment. If everyone picks it up and people like it, then hopefully we'll get book 2. And my unannounced project is coming out this year, as I said, but I can't really talk about it until it's announced. But I feel like that is imminent. I've just given my suggestions on one thing we were hoping to sign off very quickly, and it looks like that's going to happen. And I've finished all of my part of it. And as far as I know, this past week it went to the printers. So I'm going to assume it's going to be announced pretty soon. And once it is, I'll be shouting it out from the rooftops. And if you're cool, maybe you'd share it as well when that happens. So, as I said, no pressure. I'll also be throwing it up in my Discord and all my social medias. Right. As I like to do, I just want to shout out something I enjoy reading in the space of kids' graphic novels and stuff, because that's where I'm living at the moment. And today, I'm going to shout out this book, Spot On Adventure. My camera position has changed. Where am I pointing? There. And the Spot On Adventure is by Franco and Scoot McMahon, who is one of my favorite artists, and he's a pretty cool dude. So this book I've read multiple times. It's not long. It came out from Action Lab. I believe you can still buy it on Amazon. And yeah, it's well worth a look. It's super fun, and when I'm in a rut or just need inspiration, this is one of the books I turn to because I enjoy it a lot. So I'd highly recommend it. Super fun art style from Scoot. Fun adventure that Franco wrote. I wish it had follow-ups and sequels, but alas, it is a one-off. But it is great. So definitely pick that up and have a look. Right, now I've popped back onto the other side of the screen. I'll bring the Discord thing back up later because we don't need to be taking up all of our screen space, right? And I'll just throw the odd caption up. So we'll put that on up because it's always good for people to chat, because that draw and chat, sketch and chat. So I'm just going to draw something. I don't even know what I was going to draw today. because I didn't expect to be going live, but the opportunity arose and I want to test out these other platforms. So I thought, why not? So yeah, jump in the chat. I'll open up the chat so I can see it. They're handy. And hopefully Stream pulls all my chats through from all the different places. It says it's going to. Well, not LinkedIn, but it says Facebook and YouTube it's going to pull through. So I will grab my LinkedIn and on my other screen, although it doesn't seem to be. Are we on LinkedIn? It still says it's got the countdown on my page on LinkedIn. I don't know. Man, that is a very big time lag if that is the case. If you're on LinkedIn, hit me up in the chat. I've got the LinkedIn chat open separately. If I'm often talking to the side, that's because I forget that I'm supposed to look at the camera. So enjoy looking at the top of my head. It is a pretty swish Avengers cap I'm wearing while I draw, and I'll try to remember to look up. And I'll try and remember to keep the conversation going. So again, you can help out by just jumping in the chat, and I'll be able to reply. And I think if it all works properly, I can actually, well, not the LinkedIn ones, but the YouTube and the Facebook, I think I can pop them up onto the screen of the chat. We will see. So yeah, say hi. Otherwise, I'm going to start drawing. And as I said, it's probably not going to be a super long one like last time. We'll just see where the pen takes us. So if you are wondering, I am drawing in Procreate on the iPad. That is my go-to. It's what I've made my books in, and it's what I do all my art in. And that was the end of that point I was trying to make. So that's cool. Yeah, that LinkedIn seems to be very, very far behind. Is that normal? Anywho, all right. That was a bit of chat. There was a lot of chat, but I think it went smooth, and that's what we're aiming for. So yeah, I'm using the iPad Pro. I have it set up on a Sketchboard Pro, like easel iPad holder thingy. So that's nice. Puts it at a nice angle to draw with. Highly recommend. I have the Astrolab dartboard as well, which is nice for traveling with because it's nice and light. But I feel that the Sketchboard Pro, sorry, is just a better ventilation for one, and it's just nice on the desk. When I first got it, the little magnetic legs looked flimsy, and I thought it's never going to hold it up. But no, it's really good. So highly recommend. The dartboard is cheaper, I believe. I think I bought it first, and because I could get it in New Zealand with from overseas, because I just wanted to get started. So and yeah, it was good. As I say, it's a really good one to sit with if you're away from your desk and just have it on your lap because it's nice and light. I tend to get out when I am traveling now because it's just easier. It came with a sleeve to put it in and carry it around in to protect it a little. So that was cool because then you can just pop your iPad in it, put it in the sleeve and go. So it has its advantages there. That was a mighty big hand. And yeah, so I have that. I'm using the Apple Pencil. I bought the wrong one. When I upgraded my iPad, I bought the wrong one. I bought a USB one that needs a cable to charge. It won't charge on the magnetic charger if you have that one, and it doesn't have pressure sensitivity, which is all but useless if you're an artist, and I don't understand why that's the case, except that the price point is like a lot cheaper. So thankfully they were letting me return it, and I was able to get the right one. And I think it's just Apple Pencil too. I don't really keep up with the names of stuff, which is not good. when people are watching and wanting to know what I'm using. In retrospect, and to do the display, so I'm using my GoPro as my webcam. I'm using a PowerPlay mic for my mic, so hopefully the audio is all right. And I'm not on mute. Pretty sure I'm not. And I'm using Duet Display to broadcast my iPad over onto my Windows laptop. And it is pretty sweet. If you want a free alternative to it, you can use Lonely Screen. It'll pop up with you're using a free trial, but you can just go past that and just keep using it for free. The only problem I had with it is it works really well with no lag, but it wasn't HD. It says it does HD, but it looked pretty mid. So I decided to just put some money in and pay for Duet. And this one is much crisper, also no lag. The only problem I've had, and we'll see how it goes on the stream, is that the broadcast will sometimes stop, especially if your internet drops down. And unfortunately, at the moment, because of some flood damage to our house, I'm down the wrong end of our house in my son's room, set up here as my makeshift office. So sometimes my internet does dip. The stream seems to go on, but the broadcast to the Duet stops. So we'll see how it goes. But otherwise, no problems with it. So I think, again, that's not a Duet problem, that's a me problem, as most things tend to be. So now that I shrunk that other hand, I think this hand is for my liking. Mike's generic pose, number 37. That's right. We just need something to draw on the stream. And it's going to be one of my favorite Marvel characters. Thanks in no small part to WandaVision. Man, that was a great show. Is Scarlet Witch. Can't wait to see how she comes back. Because we know she's going to. Elizabeth Olsen was so good. And Agatha all along was a nice follow. If you're in the chat, let me know what your favorite Marvel show was so far. For me, my favorite in terms of fun was Hawkeye, I guess. That was such a good show. More people should talk about that show. It's really good. Kate Bishop's also one of my favorite characters, so that didn't hurt. But Haley Steinfeld was just so good. WandaVision still right up there. I've actually now got to think. I'm really waiting Daredevil. Oh, thanks. No, it wasn't like a Mr. Figs. Oh, look, it worked. Cool. Thanks. That gave me the opportunity to test that out. It wasn't like flood as in, well, it wasn't like Noah's Ark or anything. This is summer in New Zealand, by the way. But we bought this house a couple of years ago, and the previous owners didn't disclose that there had been any flooding, which was awesome of them. So January 2023, we had massive storms here, like a cyclone or something. And yeah, we got the bottom of a house, which is a garage, and what we ended up making into a bedroom and stuff got flooded. So we lost, and I'm not even going to complain that much because there were so many people worse off. Basically, we only lost carpet and a few like furniture pieces and stuff like that. But that was a pain. And then we've had a few little floods since then, whenever there was a storm. And then we had another big one. It was like a flash storm. It was only like 15 minutes, and we came home to water that was past ankle deep, and it had gone right through the bottom of the house. And we had to rip up all the carpet again. We had to empty out my kid's room. My office was down there in the garage at the time, so it was painful. But we just had a whole lot of extensive drain works done. This is super like riveting stuff for an art stream. But that was literally just finished on Friday. And then last night, which here was Saturday night, was a massive storm. And thankfully, no flooding inside the house. There's a couple of drips coming somewhere through the brick up the top, which will get fixed. But the new drain is brilliant. I went out in the storm to look at it working, and it was a thing of beauty. It was a thing of art, and I'm happy. So I'm pretty confident the days of flooding are over. And now I'll be able to progress on to building or getting built. I'm not a builder. A proper office. So I'm going to take over part of the garage. I'm going to get some walls knocked up, some carpet put down, maybe some fancy LED lights or something. So for behind the stream, it looks a bit nice. All that cool jazz. And that can now, sooner rather than later, be good probably to have one more storm just to check. But anyway, I appreciate the comment. Yeah, my comment. One Division was good. Just going to do this. One Division was good. I still like the Netflix show. Yeah. Okay, so Daredevil was GOAT. That was just so good. People complain about season 2. I really liked it. We got Elektra. That was cool. More importantly, we got Punisher. John Bernthal. What? So good. And season 3 was just peak. So that was sad when they cancelled it, but now we're getting it back. Essentially, with Daredevil Born Again this year, soon, I think. So that's really cool. And yeah, those were good. Jessica Jones, I watched season 1 and really liked. I didn't get through season 2. Luke Cage, did I have more than one season? I watched season 1. The only thing I didn't like was they set up the bad guy. Spoilers for a really old TV show. Killed him off halfway through, and then we had to pivot to a new bad guy. That wasn't cool. And Iron Fist was the first one I never finished. Defenders, I didn't finish. Gosh, that's bad. It was all about Daredevil for me. But I do hope in saying that we at least get Jessica Jones popped back up, since technically that universe is canon now, I guess. Yeah, Reborn's going to be awesome. Yeah, so that's all. At the moment, I'm still making my way through Skeleton Crew, pivoting to Star Wars there. I think I watched episode 5 last night, so I'm just over halfway. Hearing good things about that finale, so we'll see how that goes. It's enjoyable, man. Goonies in space, essentially. Kids on bikes in space. Digging it. I'm still on the hunt for new games to stream because in this day and age, what's the point really of, like, I'm not trying to monetize or anything. I'm just doing it for fun. But what's the point of streaming Fortnite? No one's going to watch it because there's too many Fortnite players, and I am mid, like real mid. So why would you watch a mid player when you can watch awesome players? So I'm on the lookout for games to stream. As I've said on past streams, I was leaning towards something like Red Dead, and that would only be on Twitch because trying to keep the other socials family friendly. Um, but now I'm thinking Power World looks pretty cool. So I'm gonna give that a go. I've got it on the computer. I'd rather get it on that cheap on the PlayStation. Um, and I've got a couple of other platformers I might rock out on the stream. I did a fun stream the other night of Broforce because that's super fun, especially for like those pixel art type games. And if you like um, action movies, it's a nice little riff on those. It's not like it's a new game that I'm um, shouting out to the world. It's been around for a long time, but nonetheless, it is fun. I don't know if I'm really digging this picture, to be honest, but we're going to continue on. See, I feel like my pictures have to be happy. I don't know. You know what, though? Maybe. Oops. Change back to the pen, folks. Always important. So the rest of my day is going to be finishing off issue 4 of Squish and Squash because it is due. I have got the page I'm working on now, and I think 3 more pages. So it might be a late night and a long day. Why did I give it that Spider-Man's hand, isn't it? So that's going to get done, and I've also got to record like a. It's not like a promotional video, but it's sort of, but for like trade people, industry people, for unannounced project. And that's going to be like 5 minutes long. So I'll figure that out. That's got to be done today as well because I forgot about it. I just did the same hand. I'm just going to keep it. Actually, no, it looks like she's at a concert, man. Just, what am I doing? I'll keep it how it was. So good. On the agenda today. And I'm just making sure that. Oh, good. So the YouTube chat's flowing through, so that's cool. If you happen to be watching on Facebook, hit me up in the chat. Do you have to get stars on Facebook to be able to comment in the chat? I don't like it. That would make me not want to live stream on Facebook. But anyway, I'll figure that out. And if you're on LinkedIn, hit me up. I've got the LinkedIn chat window open separately so I can see. Just can't bring it up on the screen. So now we drop the opacity on layer 1, and we go on to layer 2, trace layer, essentially, our cleanup layer. That sounds better. I read today that Fortnite might be doing a Blade Runner collab soon. Kind of cool. I jumped on the Cyberpunk collab they did because I don't play Cyberpunk. I was all ready to play it, and then I realized it was first person, and Yeah, I just can't do first person. I really want to. The only one I really played was um, Call of Duty World War Two because I'm quite into World War Two stuff. And that was cool. I just don't think I'm made for first person shooters, which is a shame. So anyway, I got him in Fortnite instead. So now, you know, I live vicariously through that. Yeah, I'm not doing this, but we all soldier on. It's not happening, mate. It's all right. Also, going to be quite a good year for Marvel movies, I think. So, Thunderbolts looks pretty fun. That was a cool trailer, man. And I like Florence Pugh as Yelena. Um, Black Widow is an underrated movie nobody talks about anymore. Thanks, COVID. Um, so Thunderbolts looks cool. David Harbour is going to be awesome. Again, like he was in Black Widow. And Fantastic Four, of course, is Captain America. I'm just still not sure. Bucky should have been Cap. But anyway, whatever. Um, yeah, it's not happening. It's like a hill I die on, you know, like a dog with a bone. But I was really hoping for Bucky. Bucky Cap. Not that there's anything wrong with Anthony Mackie. I did like the TV show, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And we get Harrison Ford as Red Hulk. Fantastic Four. Man, I am really, really hopeful that they get it right. Um, Especially with how Marvel's been doing lately. And as much as I wanted Krasinski and Blunt, I'll take what they've given. Don't really think we need Pedro Pascal in anything else. Oh, not that he's bad. I just mean he's already in a lot of stuff. Um, but I like Vanessa Kirby. I like dude from Stranger Things and dude from The Bear, who's playing Ben Grimm. So that'd be cool. And Superman, which is not Marvel, obviously. James Gunn's Superman is very much looking forward to that. That is going to be, it's got to be good. It's going to be better than you. It's a low bar, so I'm hoping they clear it. They already cleared it with the casting of Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane. Because Marvelous Mrs. Maisel is awesome. And she just looks like Lois Lane. Such good casting. And the dude who plays Superman looks good. And Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor, thank you. That's going to make up for what we had last. In case it was painfully unobvious, I didn't really dig the Snyderverse. I know I'm not alone. But in case anyone watching is a Snyder fan, each to their own. We stay positive on this. It's not like I made a movie. Gosh, man. That's not ideal, but it'll do. So yeah, as I say, lots of things happening this year, so it's really exciting. I'm almost hitting the 1 year mark of working for myself and working from home, which is aces. If you don't follow me, as I said, the ticker below has all my social medias. You can also jump over to this fella, my website, which, to be fair, probably needs an update. For one, my agent has left that agency that I still refer to in the contact page, so her email address will be wrong. But yeah, once I can remember how to update my website, it's a Google site, so it shouldn't be that hard. I'll just Google it. I will figure out um, how to do it and I'll update it. But I probably should get onto that actually, especially with the books releasing in the near. And yeah, that's a thing. Don't know where I was going. And just the repeated request if you like the streams and stuff, and if you're watching on YouTube, or if it's usually I do gaming streams as well on Twitch. So if you're on either of those platforms, smash that subscribe button on YouTube, the follow button on Twitch, or if you found it on Facebook somehow and you're not following my page, Mike's Cartoons, then yeah, hit the follow there as well. If you're on LinkedIn, I guess we must be connected, or else you probably can't watch it. I don't know how it works yet. So that's a thing too. Socials that are scrolling down the bottom there. All right, so I'm not super happy with Face, but it is what it is. Things that could be changed. Maybe it's her nose. I don't know. Yeah, it sort of does help me. Maybe that's what it is. It didn't hurt it anyway, so that's good. Yeah. So if you're lurking and you have any questions, then yeah, jump in the chat. It's always nice to say hi. It's always nice to grow the community. And once again, boom, I started a Discord. So come be part of the Scribble Squad. Join our Discord. It's positive vibes only. So if you're one of those people who's not into positive vibes, it's probably not for you. Try and just sort of, you know, build a nice little art community. Or we can just talk about whatever, like a virtual studio if we were all working together in the same room, or the proverbial water cooler in the office. Chat about whatever, man. Just keep it cool. Don't be a dick. It's the number one rule on the rules page, and it should be in life. Alas, that is not the world we live in all the time. So little thing any little corner of the internet that we can bring some positivity to, who's that going to hurt, hey? That is my soapbox. That is my QR code for the Scribble Squad Discord. Hope you'll join. Hope you'll come and say hi. And I should probably check if there's anything new on the Discord while I'm here, just in case. Looks like I'm up to date. All right. And we'll get back. I'm going to start the colors now. So what I've done is under the cleaned up line work, I've put another layer. I've turned the old rough stuff off. We don't really need that anymore. You could just you could just go ahead and delete it if you want. I'm pretty lazy with forgetting to do that. So whatever. Yeah, now we'll do the colors. So that new layer is under the line art, obviously for the reason of me not wanting to color over the line art. And thusly it will come out like this. It'll be under the line work. So that's always helpful. I'm no colorist, but I just muddle along. I've said on other streams, but you never know who's watching. Generally, for the artwork I do, I'm using default brushes that came with Procreate. For my line work, I tend to, under inking, I tend to use technical pen. I've got a couple of variants of different sizes, so I can just quickly swap through all the keep mucking around with them, which is silly. But what I've done under technical pen is under stabilization, which is that second option down there. So to get into there, I've put the amount of streamline to max, as you can see at the top here. And what that does is it gives us a nice smooth line. For coloring, I tend to use Studio Pen because you can get quite big and the pressure it can vary quite dramatically, which is cool. Usually I don't have the brush size that big because you can sort of get there yourself by pressing down harder. Stuff, I have bought some brushes from different people, usually on Gumroad, so there's a resource for you. And that's for stuff that I can't be bothered drawing over and over again, stars or shapes like circles or whatever that you would possibly have to repeat and don't want to draw and maybe want to look a little bit uniform. That's always handy too. But for drawing, it's mainly just those couple of default brushes. And the good thing about Procreate, if you don't use it already, and it's not perfect, like it's quite bad at upscaling images if you enlarge them and stuff. But if you draw at a high enough DPI and everything, it shouldn't be a problem. That was your lesson on how to suck eggs if you're an artist watching. The good thing is it's not subscription based. It is only on Apple. I think there's a pocket vid for Apple phones, iPhones, but it's not on Android. And you just pay a one-off, and then it's yours, and you get all the updates. So win-win. And now that they've added things over time, like being able to put text in, there's still a few things they could do around that area. Hopefully they will, like being able to easily curve your text and stuff. It's a pretty good app, man. Her head's too small. I think that's the problem. We can fix that before I do any more colors. So yeah, Procreate. Goat. Is goat. JTeam2910. What kind of brushes are you using? Oh, did you Did I answer that already, or did you jump on the stream afterwards? I can answer it again. Just let me know in the comments. Sorry, I didn't see the chat while I was talking. Or do I just answer it? I don't know. Just the default ones anyway. The inking, they came with a technical pen, which, as I said, I under stabilization through the streamline right to the top and the rest to nothing. I think I pretty much left everything else the same. I only have multiples of it because I was mucking around with different sizes. Like a lot of the times I'll do sort of this size line work, and then when I'm finished coloring, I'll go over with a thicker outline. So then I'll jump to like the other version of technical pen of. And for coloring, I just Studio Pen, and I don't think I made any changes to the default settings. When I start doing pages, assuming I don't get in trouble for doing that, or more finished pieces on longer streams, if I have the time to do that at some point, and I start using custom brushes that I've bought, then I'll alert you guys to that fact. And if I can remember I got them, I will also play it. Yeah, I definitely think your head is too small. That's right. We're drawing on the stream. It doesn't have to be perfect for today. I really hope that it is working good. All right, cool. I think paying stream is going to be one of my better decisions. I was doing all my streaming through OBS, which is not a problem, but there's just some handy features. Unfortunately, it's not like a cheap thing, cheaper than StreamYard though. But I want to. My plan is soon, hopefully as soon as the week after next, maybe, depending if I can arrange my first person to come on. Once a week, I want to make the stream like a collaboration one. So like a podcast, where I'd have a guest on who's another creative of some sort, probably usually an artist, um, and they can come on with me. We can chat and draw. So I should be able to get them on the video. So we have two videos, two floating head videos. I've just got to figure out if I can also figure out how to get their um yes, what they're drawing on the screen as well, live. So you're not just seeing my drawing. Although when I watch Franco's ones, it's usually just his drawing, and the others are just drawing in the background. So I don't know. Anyway, it's going to be fun. I have someone to talk to. You guys will be able to, um, hear from other artists and hopefully pick something up, or ask us questions, or just come and say hi. So that's going to be a once a week thing, and the other live streams will just be me. Sorry, you just have to put up with me doing this sort of thing. So hopefully that'll be good. Where's my mouse? Oh, I'm on. I'm using a second laptop as a second monitor until I buy another monitor. And as it turns out, when it's the monitor, the mouse doesn't work on it. Such is life. Mhm. Anyway, we're back. Muddling around with a bit of Wanda Maximoff. I was going to draw Doctor Strange, and I pivoted. I don't know if the pivot's been successful. It's quite a lot of red on there. Uh, it's going to give her red eyes. Could she imagine? Maybe it's the head. I don't know. I think the head's too small. So I have to recolor that anyway. So I'll just jump back onto the line art layer. I'll include the hair. Hair is not a thing that I am super good with. So that doesn't really help the situation. I have to just kind of colors off. See, I think that already improved it, just like that. Oh, put it on the right layer, Mike. Come on, mate. Can try that. We have to do some tidy up though. But at least it's digital. I mean, you know, see what I mean when you try and enlarge stuff. We can fix all the rest later. It wasn't like a huge change. Thankfully, that'll be an easy fix. But it definitely helped somewhat. Wrong layer, Mike. Always make sure you go back to the right layer. I'm so terrible at that, especially when I've got multiple color layers. I need to jump back in the chat. Sorry. I'm not even going to attempt to use the name, but welcome back. I'm going to put it on the screen. There you go. Good to have you here, man. See, now I'm looking at Facebook Live and someone's doing it. It's probably me, but there's no chit chat. And when I look at the bottom of the chat, it's 10 stars to see your comment here. That's not the bollocks, that is. I'm not having people pay to chat. So if that is the case, I'm reading that right. And that's how it works. Maybe I don't do lives on Facebook and I put them back over to Twitch as my third platform. Hang on. Yeah, instead of Facebook. So I don't know. That's not cool. Come on, Zach. Should we expect anything different though? Or should I be seeing this stuff on a stream that's on the platform? I don't know. Do people watch lives on Facebook? These are all questions that I have no answers to. No, I don't think we're going to do a whole heck of a lot more to this. Um, this was more of an impromptu live stream since I found myself, thanks to my lovely wife taking the kids out with her. As it turns out, and not a little bit of work, quite a bit of work. 3.5 pages to draw today. Been off to my colorist, who I'm putting under even more pressure for being late. Me being late means that he's under pressure, is what I mean. A shout out to Justin, man, for coming on board and doing the colors for the final show of Squish and Squash, just to help free me up a little bit. I got those pages done, man. And then, super excited to really get stuck into Chase Edmonton, out from Paper Cuts in America in November this year. I mean, Franco. But that doesn't happen if I haven't drawn it. I have already done a few pages though, so it's good. It'll be about, what was it? About 120 or 140? I'm gonna say 120, something around there. So it's a bit shorter than my other book that I've got coming up, Unannounced Project. But just as fun. So pick it up when it comes out from Paper Cuts in November in America, and hopefully in other markets, because I'd like to see it over here in New Zealand. That's for sure. Mainly so I can flex to my kids, you know, and be like, what? If they ended up in my kids' school library, or if their friends picked it up somehow, like, you know, got a book for them or whatever, and they were taking it to school to read. How cool would that be, man? Local boy does good. Then I have this bad feeling I'm going to be asked to do art stuff for like fundraising and stuff, which I shouldn't complain about, but time, man. Anyway, be pretty cool to do school visits and stuff though, embarrass my kids like that. But also schools that my kids don't go to, obviously. Connect with kids who like the book, who want to draw. Fostering the next generation. That's what it should all be about. After I've, you know, had my time. I say I've been drawing on the wrong layer. Look at all those white spots. Not cool, man. Highlights, I do them on a separate layer, because usually, being that I'm not a good colorist, I usually don't like what I end up doing, and it's just easier to make a layer. But for this, we'll just continue on one color layer. Maybe just a simple shaped background. That could probably stand to be a little bit darker, to be honest. Is that too dark? I was excited to see that season 2 of Night Agent finally dropped on Netflix. So once I finish Skeleton Crew, I'm going to jump into Night Agent season 2. And season 1, I was watching going, oh, this is a pretty formulaic sort of, you know, um, show for this genre, the spy genre or whatever, the modern spy genre. But then it got so yeah, I'm looking forward to cracking open season 2. Then probably need to get back into Silo. Dropped that for some reason. I don't know why, because I do not like it. And then I'll probably be looking for recommendations. I keep meaning to start The Rookie with Nathan Fillion, because that's like lots of seasons in now, so I've got heaps to watch. But every time I go to start, it's something new that I wanted to watch that, and inevitably forget to go and start The Rookie again. So I don't know, is it worth watching? Nathan Fillion's always good. I met him a couple of years ago at a convention over here in New Zealand. What a cool dude. Like, "Hi, what's your name?" And I'm like, "Mike." And he goes, "Hi, I'm Nathan." I'm like, I get it." He was cool, man. Cool dude. For the 5 seconds you get to meet him before you get rushed to the next person. One of the favorite people I ever met at a convention, and there's been a lot. But, Margot Kidder, Lois Lane from the Christopher Reeve, Superman movies, RIP. Cool lady, man. Yeah. Forever the Lois Lane. The Lois Lane. Followed currently probably by, I wanna say Dana Delany in Superman Animated. Erica Durance in, Smallville was good. Yeah, Superman and Lois, that's a TV show, eh? Oh, that one I've gotta go back and finish. I think I'm only, like, halfway through season 2. People said the finale was really good. She was cool. Him and man, talking about Superman. When he was first cast in Supergirl, I was like, "No, that is not the right look at all." But dude, he plays it so good. And he's good as both Clark and Gordon. Um, so yeah, I should get back into that show. And what about the news out of DC Studios, not the place, that Jason Momoa been cast as Lobo, which is like so obvious casting. Like, come on, it's what it should have been from the start. So now he's going to have been Aquaman, albeit in the previous iteration of DC movies. However, it's hard to say how bad it really is because there's Suicide Squad and stuff. Anyway, that's sort of casting as long as they pull off the Supergirl movie and the writing itself. That's like that would probably be up there with like Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man or Christopher Reeves as Superman or Patrick Stewart as Professor X. Maybe I'm getting him in, but it has the potential to be like that. I'm just gonna say it now. So if I'm right, I can be like, cool it. If I'm wrong, nobody will know because nobody goes back and watches old live streams, do they? Pretty sure I'm safe. Anyway, what I really want, back to Marvel, because I'm flip flopping all over the place. This Blade movie needs to happen, man, before Mahershala Ali walks. Because talk about the casting. It was nice to see Wesley Snipes pop up in Deadpool 3. And if you haven't watched that, there was a spoiler that I just dropped. It's been out for a while. Um, so yeah, I really hope that movie doesn't die. I hope it happens. Um, it needs to happen, man. He was such a good Blade. Oh, make sure you color pick the right. Gosh, what's happening, Mike? Gosh, that's not it. It is. That's way too dark. Okay, you just leave it like this, I guess. Which is cool. So yeah, once again, I'll just shout out that we've got a Discord server, Scribble Squad. Um, Positive vibes, chill place to hang out, talk to like-minded people about pop culture stuff, or art stuff, or whatever. Um, so then come join the Discord server. There is a handy there QR code you can see, and it'll take you there. So that's cool. Trying to make it easy for people. So yeah, come and join us. Gotta build a pretty sweet community. There's quite a few people there posting already, and yeah. Do you have anything more to that sentence? Um, and it's a thing. It is a thing. If you want to, no pressure. To support the stream, there's a QR code above my head. Um, for Ko-fi donations, ko-fi.com. Probably Scribbling Mike is the bit after the slash. In fact, it is. And I can tell you that because there it is, twice on the screen. No pressure. It's not about monetizing, but every little bit helps to keep things going along. But yeah, it's always just come and chat and join in. Yeah. But you know, if you want, if you learn something, and at my website, yeah, scribblesbymike.com. So that's cool. If you want to work with me on one of your books, um, then I'll update her details on my website because they're currently um, not up to date. But for the most part, I'm very blessed to be busy with a few things coming up on the way. And as I will, don't you worry about that. Jump in the chat if you want to ask any questions or just, you know, ooh, if you just want to tell me what you've been watching or playing, or if you've got anything you want to recommend or suggest for me to draw later on a different stream, just keep it positive and keep it fan friendly because you don't know who's watching, especially on YouTube. See, now if you wanted to be fancy, oh, I'm so fancy. If you wanted to be, you could go to I'm gonna find it. To Luminance. There you go. Comes free with both. And there's a few light effect pens, which are cool for magic. Um, so there's a lens flare. There's the light pen and light brush, which are pretty cool. I think that's the light pen I want. I'll just make it a bit bigger. We choose a pink, a little bit darker, because then it'll light up. And we'll go above the line layer. See that? Boom. Instant glow. Good for lightsabers. Um, and so forth. See, something simple. Then technically I should go through back in the colors and highlight with a bright pink or a white or something, but I'm not going to do that. So anyway, that's Wanda. Should we stick a background behind her? Now on the last string, we narrowed it down. And I'm going to do basic shape backgrounds, just so she's not floating in white. Um, I had a couple of shape options, which I quite like. Now, let's choose the red 'cause that's the dominant color. I was gonna say that's, I don't know, maybe like a lighter version of that. I'm not good at color matching because color theory is a bit like over my head. Um, Gonna try, but this has got a cool harmony thing where if you've got a kid who tell you the complementary color, I think you can change it to not complementary maybe. Yeah, here you go. Um, those words mean things. I don't know. I'll learn them, but for now, I do actually want harmonious colors. So we'll see if it looks all right. Theoretically, it should, but whatever. So here under DFD shapes, these are custom brushes I brought. Pretty sure it was drug-free Dave, hence the DFD, and I'm pretty sure it was from Humroad. But these are just a fun bunch of shapes. I think so. 3D modeling. You can amazing using uh, Nomad Sculpt a lot and probably Blender as well. And that's one thing on my list is to learn Blender. I was doing Nomad Sculpt. I did a couple of pretty fun 3D stuff, but it's been so long I've probably forgotten how to do it now. You've got to keep on top of these things, but time is not my friend. So I'll get back into Blender after I've finished some other projects. I'll get into Blender and learn it. But anyway, back to this picture. So the two shapes I've sort of settled on. I think it was berry. I think that because it's highlighted, which means I probably used it last time. And juju, which is this one, because it's just a little bit less boring than a circle. Fun might also be good. But berry is sort of like an off circle. I can show you, in fact. Let's put it on top. Um, see, it's an imperfect circle, which is good. In juju, which is probably the one I go with the most, is like this shape, which is in mushed up square, maybe. I don't know. Hi, I'm new here. Hi, hi. Um, we're at 109. If I've mispronounced, I apologize. But hey, welcome, man. Welcome. I say man in the generic sense. I don't know who's who. Um, but hey, well, glad you're here. Always good to see new faces. And if you haven't already, no pressure. But yeah, hit the subscribe button on YouTube. And the notifications. Then you'll know when I'm going live next time. That's always fun. So I think we're going to go with Juju. It's also fun to say. I am turning the picture. So I'm going back to the one under my color art because we want it to be a background. I went sideways to do that, but obviously you can just select it and move it around anyway. Often if you have a little bit of skew, it's quite nice. What have I done there? Oh, really Mike. And I'm going to have it the normal way after all. What do we think about that color? I'm not sure. It says it's the complementary color. It's not horrendous on my eyes, but I don't think it's like the best. Okay, now we've got to find where I was silly. There it is. That's what I'm saying. Work on the correct layers, and you don't have these problems. I know. What do we think about that color, people? I'm not sure if I'm digging it or not. I don't know. Do we make it a little bit bluer? The benefit of using the disc instead of the classic. I usually use the classic and just use these sliders. Anyway. Oh, wrong layer, Mike. Wrong layer. I'm often a bit slow on the uptake with these things. That's better. I think that looks better. Camera. Anyway, It's my picture, so I'll do it. Maybe I will. Maybe we can do it a bit like that. I usually like to have a bit of her sticking out, not that much, just to sort of break it up a bit more. But, I don't know. Maybe it's too askew. Getting dangerously close to a copyright infringement by saying that, right? Mm, I don't know. Let's go back to what it was, maybe. This is what happens when you don't plan things out. It's all good. So normally I would go around and thicken up the outline. I'd probably use be back in my inking brushes. Probably I don't know why I've got three. I think I usually use the one and the one because I'm really good at renaming stuff. Like Final Copy 3, Final Copy 4, Final 79. Um, because if you have a look here, that's sort of like that, and they can go quite a lot. Um, but for the sake of the stream, I might just leave it. I don't know. Let's do a quick whip around. So what I'll do is I'll do it on top of the other line, but below the magic, because we don't want to draw over the magic. So I'll see how I drew with this one. I'll see if I can. Yeah, that's probably not too bad, but this is quite a lot again. That's not one. I mean, I can obviously scale it down. So I'll do, and this is usually, well, obviously to give it a thick outline, but also to close up what my art teacher used to call, what do you used to call it? Mouse holes or mouse holes? You know, where you haven't joined lines up, which is not super important. It just depends what sort of look you're going for, I guess. I failed art every year in high school, so what do I know? Or what does the teacher know? Because I failed. I hated doing still life and stuff. Probably would have been a handy thing to have in my repertoire now, though. Alas, we cannot go back. And I am not going to start drawing still life now. I tried to do that when I was in animation school. I only did a year and then I dropped out. Another regrettable decision. Um, we had to do a zoo trip, and I just enjoyed the zoo. I didn't actually draw. And then we had to hand in our zoo drawings on a Friday, and we had to hand them on the Monday. So I went home and I just got like pictures off Google of the animals, and I drew like a, I think it was like a leopard or something. I drew its eye because of the photo. The photo, the pupil of the eye of the cat looked round, as we all know. They're sort of a slit shape. So I failed because it's like, well, clearly you weren't paying attention. I was like, even if it had been that close to a big cat. But that's what it showed on the photo, man. But anyway, I dropped out because I found it like, too tedious, the animation stuff. I do regret it because I really wish I could do some animated stuff now. Even as a side gig of my own characters. You know? I've got Procreate Dreams, and I've tried to learn. I don't know. Maybe I'm not cut out for it. I've got to find like that ultimate beginners talk to me like I'm a 2-year-old tutorial, and then maybe I'll be good. And that's how I set up my Discord server, which, by the way, in case I haven't mentioned it, is available by scanning this QR code down below. Come and join the squad. Come and find a new cool place to just hang and chill and be happy and talk about the stuff you like, connect with other arty people, post your work, get feedback if that's what you want. If it's not, that's also cool. If you just want to show your work anyway. Um, yeah. Tell us what you're working on. All that fun stuff. I've got a couple of new platform games, so when it becomes my night time, and once I'm finished those last Squish and Squash pages, and my kids are in bed, I will probably jump on Twitch and depending on the game, maybe YouTube as well, and do some game streaming. Because now that I've figured out I can use that PS5 remote app to mirror my PS5 onto my computer, and then I can stream it through Restream. Um, yeah, I can play my PS5 games, and I've got a couple of platformers, so I might crank one of those up tonight. See how it goes. So yeah, feel free to join me on the game ones as well. If you're any good for the art ones, that's cool too. School squad, mount up! Hydra. I was wondering if you were going to join in. Hydra is one of my in real life best mates. My in real life best mate. Certainly top two, right? He's got a podcast you should listen to, and the bonus with that one, every episode is under 10 minutes, or the majority anyway. He reads a book. I think they come out every 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. He reads a book, and he talks about the book, and it's quite entertaining. I don't always agree with his opinions, but should you always agree with everyone's opinions? No, that'd be boring. Although he's still wrong about saying The Wizard of Oz is not a book. You know. Other than that, yeah, don't know if I really needed that outline in the end, but it's all right. We'll wrap it up anyway. So for those who are joining and I'm now wrapping it up, sorry. But that's why you follow and subscribe and turn on notifications so it pings you as soon as I'm going live and you don't miss the beginning. You don't miss my cool video intro like this. Boom. It's coming. Fancy. Anyway, at the start of the stream, I recommended that you all go and check this book out. It's not new, but it's by a couple of pals of mine. They've made other books since, individually and together, I think. They've got a new book coming out soon called Ninja Kaiju. And Scoot's got a book called Ollie Planet. Ollie, the skating one though. It's gonna be super sick. Super and that. That's not an adventure. It's still one of my faves. Just, hyping up others. Got to share the love. Top two, baby. That's right. Top two. IRL. So yeah, that's a thing. Um, as I say, follow, subscribe, whatever it's called on the platform you're watching on. I don't know. Subscribe doesn't mean pay unless you're on Twitch. So on Twitch, just follow. But I'm not on Twitch. On YouTube, it's subscribe, and that is free. So that's cool. And once again, I don't know if I'm going to continue. Someone thumbs up on the Facebook Live, which is cool. But if it's really going to charge people to comment, I vehemently agree with that. So I might strike Facebook Live. I don't know what you think. And I'll probably go back to Twitch because I can do up to 3 at the same time. And LinkedIn seems to be working quite nicely, although it's way behind. I don't know what that's about. It must be an encoding thing. I'm not a tech person. Otherwise, I'd be much richer. No, I'd be richer. I'm not rich. I'd be richer. I have money. I did not go into tech. Computers only came out for the home when I was a kid. So anyway, that's also an unfortunate thing. And I'm gonna change the ticker for a minute to the other one, which is that one. Then I'll change the caption to that one. So you can go check out my website. As I say, there's a Ko-fi link, KO_fi. It's a QR code, actually, not a link, but it takes you to it if you scan it. And you can tip the channel. It's all good. But no, it's not a you can do a subscription, but it's just a one-off thing. If you want, doesn't matter. So yeah, that's a thing too. Um, cool. Anyway, let's finish up. Last thing we always do is on separate layer, just in case it needs resizing. Let people know who joined. A little pat on the back for yourself. Doesn't have to be perfect. Anywho, spit out there, isn't it? That's cool, man. That camera, that is Wanda Maximoff. That is Scarlet Witch. And as it goes, that is the end of the stream. So thank you for joining. I very much appreciate you. Remember to hop over to our Discord. Um, I will quickly throw that QR back up. Just go do just like that. And with your scanny things, it'll take you to a link to our welcome page on the Discord server, and you can join the Scribble Squad community. That sounds fun, right? I'm not being facetious. It's just how I come across. It is fun. So join that. Scan the thingy. It's going to go up. So anyway, I appreciate you. I thank you. I hope you'll join me next time. Hit the follow, subscribe, whatever it's called on wherever you're watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.